So like when you go on the camera, just forget it's there. And if you're comfortable with the camera in front of you, but you're still kind of scared it's recording you, just pretend that the camera is a person and you're having a conversation with that person.
Book publishing has many paths, and just figuring out where to go at each stage can be confusing. But with insights and guidance from author experts just like us, you can tackle the writing process competently and be assured that the goal of being a published author is within reach. Welcome to the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit, the place for Caribbean authors to shine. With each staging of our summit, leading Caribbean author experts at home and in the diaspora share their stories and strategies to win with books beyond book sales. In the process, aspiring and published authors are inspired and lives are transformed. The Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit will ensure that fewer books die in the minds of their authors, more manuscripts become published legacies, and precious lives are transformed with the turn of each page. In 2023, get ready to leverage, market, and build a lasting legacy with your books and win with books beyond book sales. See you there. Greetings, entrepreneurs. Welcome to another episode of the Authorpreneur Secrets podcast. I'm your host, C. Ruth Taylor, and this is the show that gives you the roadmap to take charge of your publishing, along with stories and strategies to dominate authorpreneurship. Coming up in today's show, we are still in summit preparation mode. My latest authorpreneurship venture is all about the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit and the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy. And we use the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit to expose persons to the work that we've been doing to authorpreneurship and invite you to enroll in the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy. And I am the coach for that. And I work with authors to help them to publish their books without breaking the bank for less than US $1,000 and guide you in the process of learning to leverage that book so that you can increase your income and create greater impact through the publication of your books. And we have our youngest author for the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit, Coryn Anaya Clarke from Trinidad and Tobago. And she's going to talk to us about her writing journey. And she is the author of 7 published books and is basically a Caribbean cultural ambassador. So let's listen to the interview with this amazing 7-year-old author from Trinidad and Tobago. Today we have with us Coryn Anaya Clarke, who is a 7-year-old author from Trinidad and Tobago. Her first book, Chronicles of Coryn, 7 Days of Fun, chronicles her talents and the fun activities she does with her family. This was published when she was only 4 years old. In 2022, for her 7th birthday, she embarked on a mission to have 7 published books. Wow. And in that series is a book that is also dedicated to her great-grandmother, Jonesy. Coryn, at 7 years old, is doing amazing things as an author, and she's going to tell us all about that. She even has a literacy foundation dedicated to her great-grandmother, and she'll be sharing in the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit for 2023. And so without further ado, let's welcome Coryn Clarke to the show. Welcome, Coryn.
Hi, good morning.
It's so good to have you. I just want to say I am so proud of you. I do not know of any other 7-year-old who is a speaker, who is so articulate, who is doing all the amazing things that you are doing. And I'm so proud of you. So keep up the good work, Coryn. All right, so here's my first question. This is a fun question. What is your favorite thing about Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, my favorite thing about Trinidad and Tobago is probably the music.
Ah.
I actually like soca.
Oh, it's soca. All right. Thank you. Have you ever been to Jamaica, Coryn?
No.
Oh, so we need to get you to Jamaica.
I'll schedule a flight.
Yes, we need to schedule a flight so that the folks can meet you. No, you started writing at 4. Why did you decide to write and publish a book at such a young age?
Well, I started reading when I was 2, and I think reading is basically an inspiration for writing.
Ah, wow. That's deep. So reading is an inspiration for writing, and you decided to write. I'm sure your parents encouraged you. What role did your parents play, or what role are they playing in your writing career? Talk to me about that.
They helped me get an illustrator to do my illustrations.
And you're okay, you wanted to show me some of those. The name of your book series is Chronicles of Coryn. Who came up with that title?
Me.
Ah,
Well, so I wanted to start writing because there are lots of children's books. I decided I wanted to write one of my own.
okay, I love it. For those who are not familiar with your work, talk to us about each of those books.
Okay, so the first one is Chronicles of Coryn, 7 Days of Fun. That's where I do fun things with my family. There's Adventures in St. Kitts and Nevis, where I go to St. Kitts and Nevis to visit my relatives, which I honestly haven't done in a while. So after that, there's Gratitude Journal and Activity Book, and that's how I teach children to be grateful for the things they have, but also do it in a fun way. So the name of the book is Chronicles of Coryn in memory of my great-grandma, tribute to Jonesy. My grandmother, Juanita Jonesy Jones, passed away last year in 2021. But after she died, I went on a mission to learn more about her. I asked my cousins, my aunts, a lot of my aunts, and I also asked her daughter, which is my grandmother. And there's one that hasn't come out yet, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway.
Okay, this show is known for a number of firsts. Like Dave Chesson, he announced the Atticus formatting app first on our show. And now you're giving us a first. Before you give us the name of your new book that is coming out, I want to hear a little bit more about Jonesy. What kind of person was she? Because Corey and I did something similar. Last year, I published a book for my grandmother, and I spent some time with her in December, and she told me her story, and it's called The Voice, and it came out in May of this year for her birthday. Talk to me a little bit more about your great-grandmother, Jonesy. What was she like?
She was very kind and helpful, and what I learned from all of her daughters, she actually had 13 children.
Ah, yes.
So she was a kind, helpful person. She loved reading, writing, music, like me. So I think a lot in common.
So you're following in her footsteps, and that is good.
So basically, you notice how on the cover it says tribute to Jonesy. So at the end of the book, there are basically tributes, like messages from my daughters.
Wow, I love that. You come up with that on your own?
Yes.
No, man, you are a genius. That is so awesome because it preserves your family's legacy and it keeps Jonesy alive. And then you now have a literacy foundation in honor of her. Talk to us about that.
So the Jonesy Literacy Foundation is basically like a book club where we can give books to children who don't have their own, and if they're poor, if they don't have any money.
Wow, I am so proud of you. So you're giving us ideas. So if you want to write a book about a favorite family member or to preserve their story, you can interview the family members like Coryn did. You can get tributes and you can put them in the book. It could be a children's book or it could be a regular memoir. And of course, you can, to honor their legacy, you can have things in their name. So Coryn has the Literacy Foundation, Jonesy Literacy Foundation, and that is awesome. Here's something I'm curious about, Coryn. How many countries have you traveled to since you became an author?
5.
5 countries. Can you name them?
Yes, actually. So I've been to Tobago, St. Kitts, and Nevis, Antigua, and Montserrat.
Authors are normally what they call introverts. They only want to write, they don't want to talk to anybody. But you are on social media, you do videos and different things. What advice would you give authors in terms of getting in front of the camera and not being afraid to go on camera? What would you say to authors who are afraid to go on camera?
So like when you go on the camera, just forget it's there. And if you're comfortable with the camera in front of you, but you're still kind of scared it's recording you, just pretend that the camera is a person and you're having a conversation with that person.
I love that. Pretend the camera is a person and you're having a conversation with that person. And I'm going to practice that. I have 2 more questions for you, Coryn. No, you are traveling to different countries. You are doing lots of amazing marketing with your video. You are singing. You are doing so many things. How do you keep focus on your schoolwork?
So basically, my brain is split up into different compartments. School, reading, writing, and free time, basically.
So you're able to balance it. When do you find time to write?
I don't really have a lot of time to write, honestly.
Okay, but when do you write? Do you do it at night? Do you do it on your holidays? When do you actually come up with these stories?
Trust me, my brain running every day.
What I'm seeing, Coryn, for you is that you are using your books to educate people about Caribbean culture. Is that true?
Yes.
Right, because if we look at this one, it's traditional carnival characters of Trinidad and Tobago. So we're seeing 2 books on that, right? And then there was the Adventures in St. Kitts and Nevis. And now you're going to produce another one that is also highlighting more of Caribbean culture. And I want to commend you on that. You are really doing something phenomenal and you're helping people to get to know the Caribbean. What was your favorite thing to do in St. Kitts and Nevis?
My favorite thing was actually to go see the monkey. The one time a monkey was sitting on my head.
Wow.
On a diaper.
Oh my goodness.
So basically, I started to write a new book. Trying to give a spoiler or anything. The name of the book is Chronicles of Coryn, Curious Caribbean Ballerina, and it's where I tell them about all the countries of the Caribbean and all the national emblems.
Wow. I tell you, you are a Caribbean cultural ambassador. And we could not have chosen a better person to come to the summit. And I'm sure when you come, they're going to ask you lots of questions because you're just doing an amazing job. That sounds good. And here's the other one. In Chronicles of Coryn, Meet My Heroes. Who are some of your heroes?
College boy Jesse, Naya Blackman, I could go on and on and on.
Okay. Have you met any of them in person?
Yes, I have actually.
Oh.
I have met college boy Jesse.
Ah.
And there's someone in my book named Priya Mora Gomez. I've met her in person too.
Okay, awesome.
I'm fun at big fun. I'm fun at big fun.
Ah, nice. What is the most difficult thing you find about being an author?
That is actually not a difficult part.
Ah, so you think you were just born to do this?
Yep.
Well, it seems so. All right, so this is the last question. If there is a little girl out there or a mother out there who wants their daughter to get into writing, what advice would you give them?
Well, I would give the advice you don't have to be afraid, but the main thing to writing is your imagination.
Wow, just short and to the point. And I believe our audience will get a lot out of this. And so, folks, that is Coryn Anaya Clarke from Trinidad and Tobago. She is the youngest author speaker to have graced our summit. And look at her. And she's doing amazing things. I see that she has some merchandise going. Her family is fully involved in it, and she is educating others about the Caribbean culture through her writing and carrying us along her journey. Coryn, for folks who want to reach you, because I know you're a little celebrity, you know, so other people want to get you to come to their country or come on their show. Where can persons get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me on my website, www.chroniclesofcoryn.com.
Right.
If you want more information, just go to the website.
Just go to the website. So you hear that, authors? It's important to just have everything on our website. And Coryn has a very attractive website, chroniclesofcoryn.com. You can go to the homepage and learn all about her. She has videos there. And if you're looking for ideas how to build a website, especially if you're a children's book author, go right to Coryn's website. There's a shop there. There's the About Me page, the media highlights, her media kit, and everything is there. And she is really setting the bar really, really high. And I just want to congratulate Coryn and her parents for doing such an amazing job. Her books are also on Amazon.com. Thanks for coming, Coryn. This was wonderful. And it's perfectly in line with our theme for the summit, which has to do with leverage, marketing, and building a lasting legacy. I trust that you enjoyed that interview and you were inspired and you got some ideas how you can write a book that preserves your family legacy. You got some ideas about not being camera shy. And I trust that you also will buy some of Coryn's books and invite her to come and read or speak for you at your next event. This can be virtually or in person. Don't forget to come on out to the summit on day 2 at 10 a.m. where Coryn will be among the panelists as we talk about preserving cultural heritage and leaving a legacy. This is Ruth Taylor saying, ta for now, until next time.
I'm Tamara Francis, educator and editor. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share the podcast with your network. If you'd like to increase your impact and income with books, visit authorpreneursecrets.com for more resources, including the books Pen It to Win It and Authorpreneur Secrets. Join the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy membership group for courses, coaching, and community support to write, publish, and win with books. Until next time, go pen it to win it.